You are afraid to invest because you do not know when to start, and that hesitation is costing you more than most bad decisions ever will. People wait for the perfect entry, the market dip, the clearer signal, the safer headline, the magical moment when uncertainty disappears. That moment never really comes, and while you wait, time keeps moving without you. The money is not standing still. The opportunity cost is quietly growing in the background. This is one of the biggest beginner problems in investing. Not lack of intelligence, not lack of access, not even lack of money most of the time. The real problem is emotional paralysis disguised as caution. People think they are being responsible by waiting. Often they are just delaying compounding because uncertainty makes them uncomfortable. And discomfort is expensive when the thing you are delaying is time in the market. That is why dollar cost averaging matters so much. DCA is a strategy that removes the need to guess the perfect moment. You invest a fixed amount on a regular schedule regardless of what the market is doing. Same amount, same rhythm. No drama, no prediction game, no emotional negotiation every week. It replaces timing with process, and for most beginners, that is a massive upgrade. Hey, I'm Kira. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly how dollar cost averaging works when it beats doing nothing, when lump sum can win, why DCA is so effective during volatile markets, and how to set it up in a few minutes if you are a beginner. Because this strategy is less about beating the market and more about beating your own hesitation. And for a lot of people, that is the battle that matters most. Here is DCA in plain English. You invest a fixed amount of money at regular intervals, every week, every 2 weeks, every month, no matter what the price is. If the market is high, your fixed amount buys fewer shares. If the market is low, the same amount buys more shares. Over time, your average purchase price smooths out. You stop trying to outsmart volatility and start using it. That is why the strategy feels simple, but solves a very real beginner problem. Think about it like groceries. If your favorite product is expensive this week, the same budget buys less. If it is on sale next week, the same budget buys more. Investing works the same way under DCA. You are not waiting for a perfect sale. You are showing up consistently and letting price fluctuations work themselves into the average over time. It is not flashy. It is just disciplined purchasing under uncertainty. Now let's address the question everyone asks. What about lump sum investing? If you already have a large amount of cash today, lump sum often wins mathematically because markets tend to rise over time. More time in the market usually beats slower entry. But that is not the whole story. The psychological reality matters too. For many beginners, the choice is not lump sum versus DCA. It is DCA versus never starting at all. And in that comparison, DCA wins by a mile. And that is why DCA is so powerful. It is not always the mathematically optimal strategy in every scenario, but it is often the behaviorally optimal strategy for real human beings. It lowers regret, it reduces decision stress, and makes starting easier. A slightly less efficient strategy that you actually follow beats a theoretically superior strategy that you keep postponing forever. The best plan on paper is useless if fear keeps you from using it. This becomes especially important in volatile markets. Imagine investing during a period where prices swing violently, up, down, panic, rebound, repeat. If you are waiting for certainty, you will probably keep missing the turns. But if you keep investing through the swings, you buy more during the fearful periods when prices are lower and fewer when markets get expensive again. Volatility stops being an enemy and starts becoming part of the mechanism. That is one of the deepest strengths of DCA. That is exactly why people who kept investing during crisis periods often came out ahead of those who waited for the right moment. During crashes, fear tells people to pause. DCA tells them to continue. And continuing matters because lower prices let the same contribution buy more shares. When recovery comes, those extra shares do a lot of heavy lifting. The rebound feels much better when you were still buying during the pain instead of hiding from it. This is the part most beginners underestimate. DCA is not just a purchase schedule. It is an emotional firewall. It takes the decision away from your emotional brain and hands it to a system. And that is a huge advantage, because your emotional brain is terrible at investing. It wants to buy when things feel safe and exciting. It wants to stop when things feel scary and cheap. In other words, it wants to do almost the opposite of what works. Systems protect you from that inversion. This is why one of the best trigger phrases for DCA is simple. The best day to start is not some perfect future date. It is the first day you are willing to stop negotiating with fear. Waiting feels smart because it postpones discomfort, but postponing discomfort often means postponing ownership, postponing compounding, and postponing the exact habit that would have helped you most. Delay feels safe in the short term. It is expensive in the long term. And yes, even if you started near a market peak, regular investing can still repair a lot over time. That is the beauty of the strategy. You are not making one dramatic bet on one price. You are building a sequence. Some buys will look bad in hindsight. Some will look brilliant. Most will just become part of the average. Regularity is what keeps one bad entry from defining your whole investing story. One awkward starting point matters less when the process keeps going. So how do you launch DCA in real life? Keep it almost stupidly simple. Pick an amount you can sustain without stress. Pick a schedule. Usually monthly works best for beginners. Choose a broad, low-cost investment, like a diversified ETF or index fund. Then automate the transfer and the purchase if your platform allows it. That is it. The power is not in complexity. The power is in repetition. Simple systems survive longer because they demand less from your willpower. The amount does not need to be impressive. $50, $100, $200. The exact number matters less than the fact that it keeps happening. Beginners often delay because the amount feels too small to matter. But small repeated actions are exactly how investing habits become permanent. And permanent habits matter far more than temporary intensity. Big starts are emotionally satisfying. Small, consistent starts are financially superior. So here is your move this week. Open your brokerage account. Choose one broad, low-cost fund. Set one automatic investment for the same day each month. Then let the system run. Do not wait to become more confident first. Confidence usually shows up after action, not before it. DCA works because it gives you a way to begin before your emotions are ready, and once the system is running, the hardest part is already behind you. You are waiting for the right moment to invest. It does not exist in the clean, obvious form your brain wants. What does exist is a strategy that removes the need to guess. Invest the same amount regularly, keep going through volatility, and let time do the work. You do not need to be an analyst. You need to stop stopping. Because in investing, interruption is often more dangerous than imperfection. That is the full picture. Dollar cost averaging is not about perfection. It is about consistency strong enough to survive your emotions. Automate it, repeat it, and let the market's volatility become part of the process instead of the reason you stay frozen. Subscribe if this helped, and I'll see you in the next video.